What's going on, everybody? This is John Jake Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Coach Grossman Dynasty here on NCAA 14, featuring that college football revamp, of course. And we got one of the biggest games of the season because we are going up against our biggest rival, and that is the Oklahoma State Cowboys. And even though we may be in different conferences, the rivalry still means the same. They're going to be looking to ruin our national championship chances, as we are coming into today's matchup number 6 in the entire country. We are 10-1 with an 8-1 SEC record, whereas Oklahoma State might be competing for the Big 12 championship. They're 7-2 in conference play with an 8-3 overall record. They got a solid team on paper, B+ offense, B defense, whereas we got that A+ offense and A- defense. So we are favored, but that being said, we cannot take these guys for granted, because last time that we did that, well, Mississippi State ended up beating us, and that's why we're in this position where we need to win, and then we also need a little bit of chaos in front of us to ensure that we can get that national championship appearance. But that being said, there's nothing else that we can worry about, but let's go ahead and jump into this one. The Bedlam game, gonna be a classic, so make sure you go ahead, smash that like button, and then also hit that subscribe button as well if you have to be brand new. And with that, I'll see you guys on the field for the Bedlam Classic. So Oklahoma State did end up winning the coin toss and giving the football to us. You know, our football team is built a little bit different, as we start with a pretty big play downfield. Dan Romero able to go ahead and make a nice 17-yard catch for us, as we'll keep throwing on 1st and 10, as Aaron Atkins does go ahead and make another catch for us downfield. That's going to be good for a gain of 7. As we'll go into a 5-wide set here, Royal going to spend his time in the pocket, but going to be deflected away by Rick Smith. As we take a look at Maurice Royal's stats, he's been doing pretty good so far overall. 25 touchdown passes, and certainly on the path to reaching 4,000 yards passing on the season, but it doesn't help him on this 3rd and short, as we get denied on the read option. It's Ryan Deloche that gets the TFL, and we are actually going to be forced to punt this football away. And now Oklahoma State will go ahead and take over here, and a big run by Ryan Newman down the sideline. It's going to be brought down at about the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys, as they'll run again a couple plays later. This time it's to Alexander. Their star tailback is John Alexander. Takes it for a 7-yard gain. And so 3rd and short. Looks like it could be another running play for John Alexander. Looking to deny him, and we do. So both teams have had their first possession, and neither team is able to score any points. So still not up at 0 apiece, and look where we are on the field. They pin us pretty good, actually, inside our own territory. I don't think a punter could do it any better. So we start this thing out on the 1-yard line. Definitely a lot of work that needs to be done before we can start thinking about getting points, but this run will at least help us out a little bit in regards to at least getting us out of the shadow of our own goal line. So we just don't have to worry about the safety for right now. But let's see if we can build off of this. Antonio Dunn, he's going to get a nice run up for right-hand side. It goes for a gain of 10, and he has been starting to get some Heisman hype. Maybe he could be somebody that wins the Heisman Trophy when this season is all said and done. That is something that I have never done in any series. Win the Heisman Trophy as an individual. As we'll go 5 wide. Few plays later, as we find an open Jeremy Tate down the middle of the field. Good for 26. And starting this drive on the 1-yard line, we already are in Cowboys territory, and driving a little bit deeper, as that was a beautiful toss out to Brent Parker. You got to throw some touch on that ball. He threw him open there, as we're in the red zone for the first time today, and make that red zone opportunity a goal line opportunity, thanks to the first down by Brent Parker. Now it's time to finish the job. Maurice up the middle, and he's in. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And the Sooners are going to go ahead and strike first in the Bedlam Classic, taking a 7-0 lead over their rivals from the Big 12. And not only that, but we will also go ahead and force them to go 3 and out on their next possession. We'll see if we can get 2 touchdowns here in the same quarter. As we go play action on the second and short, as we find Sean Albert wide but naked open. And how about the Yak Gods, Sean Albert, making a short throw and turning it into 20 yards. You love that kind of teamwork. And speaking of teamwork, how about this throw to the right-hand side? Beautiful route by Brett Parker. And we will once again find ourselves in the maroon zone, where we'll hand it off to Antonio Dunn. He pounces forward and picks up a few yards on that carry. Is now 2nd and 5. Going with a 4-wide set over the middle. Finds Aaron Atkins, and while he can't get it into the end zone, it will be another goal line opportunity for Oklahoma. We'll see if we can get a score for Antonio Dunn. Handoff. Easy run into the end zone. And it's a touchdown for Oklahoma. And we get exactly what we're looking for, taking a 14-0 lead against our rival Oklahoma State in the Bedlam series. You love to see it. So we jump into the second quarter of play now, as we got Oklahoma State on their back foot right now, down 14-0. We'll see if we can make them a little bit uncomfortable. As, oh, them boys are hitting. Whoo, what an absolute hit by one of our defensive players. I didn't catch the name or number, but man, that was such a really nice hit on John Alexander. But despite all of that, though, it is going to be 3rd and short nonetheless, as we will see Newman actually taking a quarterback draw, tries to bounce it to the outside. I'm surprised he didn't try to just run it straight. It would have been an easier first down, but he still managed to pick it up anyway, so I guess no harm, no foul. As Newman will run again on 1st and 10, and he gets another great run, but it's fumbled though, and look who lands on it. Michael Mays gets his hands on the football, and that's going to be the first turnover of the Bedlam series. As Ryan Newman got a little bit too greedy, looks like it might have been Akeem Lewis that got the ball loose, and we had all those bodies around, so we were able to pounce on it. And really some great field position to start with, as we start on, I believe, our own 40-yard line. But let's see if we can cash it in. We got the turnover. Let's see if we can get the points off of said turnover, as Antonio Dunn does not actually get much off of the halfback screen, but will still pick up the first down nonetheless. And speaking of first downs, how about Antonio Dunn getting loose? 23-yard gain. And another red zone opportunity. Royal, play action. He's got time and finds Drew Myers in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And you want to talk about opening up a can of whoop-ass on your rivals? That is how you do it, baby. 21-0 lead, and we are not even done with the first half of play. Not even remotely close, as the Cowboys are in desperate need of a play. They will sort of get one there. And Jamera Hall, a nice little catch up the middle. That's good for 12. But quickly facing a 3rd down. They need to pick this up as they go 5 wide. Newman facing pressure, but it's fumbled again. This time it will be recovered by one of the Cowboy offensive linemen. And how about this? Michael Johnson tying the school record for most sacks in a single season. You absolutely love to see it. He now has 14 sacks on the year. He has been absolutely electric and will force the Cowboys to punt this football away, where we're going to actually get ourselves a really good return from Jeremy Tate. A 26-yard return, as a matter of fact. So another 1st and 10 on their side of the football. And we're going to hand it off to Antonio Dunn. He gets loose, and it's one man with the beat. No one's catching him. He's gone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Another touchdown. Oh my goodness. They had barbecue and you didn't invite me? Hurt my feelings. Touchdown. Hopefully then the future Heisman winner in Antonio Dunn. And it's a 28-0 lead. And once again, we do force that 3 and out. This time we will use Dunn as a little bit of a decoy as we set up an option play to the right. And that will also result in a first down as well. That's a couple plays later. We'll run a second option play. Royal rumbling and stumbling and nearly reaching the first down. But Antonio Dunn gets a little bit shaken up. So now our backup tailback does have to come to his game on a 3rd and 1. It's Jeremy Givens. They give the ball off to him and picking up right where Antonio Dunn left off, man. You love to see a 10-yard rush. Nice job on the first carry of the day. As a couple plays later, we throw short to Aaron Atkins, who thought he was going to be brought down by the collarbone. Thought that might have drawn a penalty of some sort, but we don't get that flag. So now 3rd and 4, we run the screen with Givens. We had to blocking, except we end up getting caught from behind. Nice job by the lineman to prevent that first down. And we actually did have to go ahead and settle for a field goal, but not worried too much here. We're up 31-0. Let's go ahead and take care of business, as the Cowboys will go ahead and take over with 40 seconds left to play. And that's not going to help with the 2-minute defense as we get caught with the face mask penalty. That's going to bump them up to about midfield. They're going to get Brian Ford on that. And now starting at midfield, we'll see what the Cowboys can do with it. As Newman looks over the middle, finds his tight end Hall, and it's a foot race. Last one, the defense does end up catching up to them though. But a 51-yard catch is going to put them right on the goal line, and the Cowboys are going to cash in. They will get that goose egg off the scoreboard. So now the shutout is no longer in play, but they do got to kick this football back over to us. We haven't had much left on special teams as Jayshawn Tate fumbles it, but he gets it back, and now it's a foot race. Look at this. Wide, butt naked open, all by himself, touchdown, Oklahoma. As that is a 99-yard kick return for Jeremy Tate. In what I thought was going to be an absolute disaster, it ends up being the opposite. We get another touchdown on the board before we go into the halftime locker room. We're up 38-7. Let's see if we can keep the pressure on the Cowboys. So we go ahead now and jump into the second half of play. Now with a 31-point lead to enjoy. And Newman desperately needing something. And we lose contain. Trying to get a little bit greedy, getting after his quarterback. We left a wide open hole for Ray Newman to run through. And now, 2nd and 11. Newman trying to run again. And this time we absolutely whiff. We miss on 2 tackles. And finally, we see Nate Parks come in and lay the lumber down. But a 3rd and short nonetheless. Handoff to Alexander. And it's going to be caught from behind. It's Michael Johnson again. Breaking up plays and forcing them to punt this ball away. So now we got the ball again. 5 wide. Looking for somebody to get open, and we threw just a little bit off target. Oh, we had so many options open. We wanted a big play, and we didn't get it. So now, 2nd and 10. Dunn getting the carry. He's going to take it right up the left-hand side, and he will nearly pick up that first down. Already having an electric day. Nearly 10 yards per carry, matter of fact. And we'll go to him again on this 3rd and short, as we'll easily pick up the first down and trucking over a defender as well. That's another 9-yard carry for Antonio Dunn. And yet, that brings his yards per carry down. That's the crazy part. I mean, you know you're having a great day when you're getting 9-yard runs, and that brings your average downward, right? Like, that is absolutely insane. And look at this disrespect for our passing game. They load up on Antonio Dunn. We run it anyways. And this is why you have to account for Antonio Dunn. Everyone in the stadium knew he was getting the football, and it didn't even matter. He broke another 50-yard run. Absolutely insane there. And it's now 45-7 in the Bedlam series, as Newman desperately needs to lead another touchdown run, as he's going to be sacked, and it's going to be fumbled again. Another fumble recovery for the Oklahoma defense. They've been playing absolutely out of their minds all game today, as it looks like it was Baker, number 52 there, that got the forced fumble. And now, if we do end up scoring this drive, I'm going to put in the backups, man. You already know what time it is. These guys are straight up wasting my time. Like, I figured we would beat Oklahoma State, right? But I didn't think it would be like this, man. I thought we'd have a little bit more of a challenge, but that just simply hasn't happened today. Like, besides the long catch for 50-plus yards, they really haven't done anything today. And now we're on the verge of a 50-burger, which we do get, by the way, with Antonio Dunn. Another touchdown for our star tailback. And that's going to wrap things up here. This game was barbecue chicken. Before we even started, man, we end up dropping a 50-burger before we go ahead and pull the backups in. But we still win pretty convincingly in our final regular season game. We win this one by a final score of 58-14. Hopefully this impresses the voters. But let's check the stats for our guys. So in case you haven't noticed, this game definitely was as dominant as it looks, man. We doubled them up in total offense. We had over 300 yards on the ground and 300 yards through the air. That is fantastic to see. OK State couldn't even muster up 100 yards of rushing or 250 yards of passing, so they definitely struggled in this one. Also, we ended up winning the turnover battle, so that definitely helps as well. We were clean with the football today, whereas we forced OK State to lose a couple of fumbles. So definitely a great game all around. We only had to punt the one time in the first quarter, but other than that, I mean, it was a really good game, and I loved what I saw from our football team. As for the individuals that make up our squad, Maurice Royal was pretty good in this one. 19 for 24, 261, and a touchdown. And Marshall got some run in the second half as well and looked good on senior day. 7 for 9 and 81 yards. In the ground game, though, this was really the Antonio Dunn show. His final game here at Fayetteville Memorial Stadium, and he put a performance to remember. 16 carries, 188 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Maurice Royal did also end up finding the end zone as well. He ended up with 9 carries, 37 yards, and a touchdown on the ground. For the receivers, a bunch of different receivers got some love today, but Brett Parker was really the mainstay in this one. He was electric with 6 catches, 123 yards. Aaron Atkins did also end up making 6 catches himself without any drops, by the way, so you love to see that. However, that being said, Drew Myers was the one that found the end zone among the receivers. He only had the 1 catch for 19 yards, but hey, a touchdown is a touchdown. Still counts as 7 points, baby. And of course, we got to talk about the defensive side of the football, because defensively, we played a really good game. I mean, even the 14 points that OK State scored isn't totally reflective, because that was off of just like a couple of big plays, / when we had our backups in for the most part. But Cedric Bailey did lead the team in tackles today. He ended up with 7 tackles in this one, with Marcus Johnson chipping in with 5 tackles, including the sack that did provide the school record for most sacks in a single season, and he did it as a freshman, you guys. So that is so great to see. So congratulations to Marcus Johnson for his record. We also did end up seeing a few other guys getting a sack. Matt Berg got to him. Akeem Lewis and Anthony Baker laid some lumber on the quarterback as well. So a great performance from our defense. And of course, we forced a few fumbles. We actually forced 3 fumbles in this one, but we only managed to recover 2 of them. One of them that we could have easily recovered, and we could have very well had 3 turnovers today. But it's hard to complain. We end up winning another game. We finished the regular season 11-1. we'll see where this takes us in the top 25 rankings when we simulate the next week. So in the final recruiting week here in the regular season, we do end up seeing a couple of guys signing on the dotted line that at least could be some depth pieces. Luke Walker signs, and he's a 69 overall defensive tackle. And on the other side of the line, in the trenches, we got Darius Wallace, who ends up being a 61 overall center. Don't know he'll end up being on the team, but he can at least be a scout team guy. But the good news for us is that we have a still legitimate shot of making it to the national championship game. If it was, if we just had the college football playoff thing, then we would just need to win and be in, right? But my Xbox is a little bit of a hoe, so we got to do it the old-fashioned way, getting into that top 2. However, we do have a stroke of luck. We do have Clemson and Miami taking on each other, so one of those two teams will lose, and one of them will get a trip to the national championship game. Florida is on bye. They're 10-2, and if we honestly win our conference championship game, we should be able to leapfrog over Florida, because we would have a victory over the number 4 team in Georgia. The one thing that could concern me, though, is this Iowa State game. Iowa State is in the conference championship against UCF, who's also in the top 10. So maybe just to be safe, we do need Iowa State to lose. But I do also think, playing in a more difficult conference, I think we would get the benefit of the doubt, since we are relatively close and we are a more talented team. Hopefully the voters see it that way. But either way, still a great season. Taking over a team that went 5-7, and to even be in this position, we certainly are doing some great things at Oklahoma State. So now that we're done with the regular season, I wanted to go ahead and take a quick glance at the passing leaders as well as other statistical categories here in the NCAA. Starting with Maurice Royal, we do see Maurice Royal currently sitting in second place in terms of passing yards. He has over 3,500 yards passing, plus we'll have that extra game so he can close the gap on Lewis Parks, the Notre Dame starting quarterback. For rushers, Antonio Dunn's also doing pretty good. He's currently sitting in 8th place with over 1,500 yards rushing, so we got that going for us as well. No receivers though with over 1,000 yards yet, but Brett Parker, he is the closest with 765 yards. Tackling, got 3 guys in the top 5 category. Eric Gunn with 73, Nate Parks with 70, Michael Mays with 56 for solo tackles. Of course, we do have Johnson leading the NCAA in sacks right now with 14 sacks. You'll love to see that. Nobody with more than 2 interceptions, but that hasn't completely been our calling card. But that being said, we got to focus in on this next game. This game has some serious national championship ramifications. We will indeed be taking on the number 4 team in college football, the Georgia Bulldogs. They're a great team on paper. Actually, might be the first time that we played a team that we aren't going to be favored in necessarily, either on paper or, with the ratings. They have an elite defense to go with that offense as well. It's going to be a challenge, and I'm going to be ready for it, even though Lee Corso is going to be rocking with them. But it's going to be a really good one either way, and I hope you guys are really excited for it. If you are, I hope you go ahead, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you happen to be brand new. Shoot, even hit me up down in the comments, because I love reading your comments as well. And with that being said, this is John J Gaming on the mic, signing off. But I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.